Here we go, Pool A action here at the HSBC Canada Sevens in Edmonton. Canada in the red jerseys. Through Percillier, slicing through the middle. Matt Percillier is still going, the crowd love it. The support arrives, options both sides. Teal goes right. Ngongo runs behind the man, but no obstructions to the referee. So Teal gets it back. He's looking for the corner, but he's not going to get there. Fantastic tackle from the Mexican defender. An advantage to Mexico. They've now got possession. They're going to try and quiet this crowd.
Touched.
So everyone's on side. The ball was touched off the kick. Joe Mora picks it up. Canada just looking to regroup. Teal, the vice captain there, just barking out instructions.
Well, great start to this game from the Mexicans. Mentioned about wanting trying to silence his crowd. They've done so in defense.
A really good cover tackle there on Teal. Off and running goes Nicholas Falcon, the 20-year-old.
Out now, Red.
Slow ruck there. Mexico eyeing up their options, just 15 in. That's a nice little feed out the back door. But the Canadians are up to the tackle. Brenning Prevost thinks he can have a chance and seal it.
Ball's out.
Ball's out, said the referee.
Tackle release.
Tackle now complete. Mexico looking wide. It's almost a breakthrough there from Ricardo and Sierra. Cross goes Falcon again. He's a hard runner. Mexico. That one doesn't go to hand. It's quickly gathered. Again, the kick is blocked. Coe trying to keep it on the field. Sorry, that was Nicholas Allen, the big prop.
It's not a bad tactic for Mexico, trying to get the ball in behind the Canadians. Lots of space there. They've not had much success ball in hand. Coach will be a bit frustrated looking on. But it's good defending so far, and that's what you need to start the game with. Stop the Canada crowd really getting behind their team.
Well, they've done it well, haven't they? Things have slowed right down. The Canadians now arrive at the lineup and they go to Teal. I don't know if that's straight. Referee thinks it is, so Prevost goes wide. Ngongo a little bit nervous. Ball in one hand, and he's got free. Maybe not the textbook presentation, but that is the danger of the man. Castaway Wanderer scores and dives. Anton Ngongo, first score for Canada.
And that has lit up the crowd here, fully expecting also this try celebration to be adapted into a decent meme, into a pool, please. Wizards out there. How about the break? One hand carry, gets around the outside, in behind, little adjustment, puts it down, and then the dive.
And really nice moments for all these young players. Look at that dive. Obviously, pre-Olympics, they were holding a lot of bags, as we say. They were cannon fodder for the stars of the Olympic team. And now they're getting their opportunity on the big stage.
Chewing a bit of DHL yellow on his way back as well, I think.
Yeah, great young player, 24-year-old. So, Brenning Prevost sticks it high. The best kickoff team after Vancouver were Canada in retaining possession through Prevost's kicks and the chase. Mexico back in their own 22. Yeah, big hole in the middle. Canada two slide and got disconnected in the middle. They do regroup well. And Prevost gets over the ball, earns a penalty.
Yeah, we talk a lot about Prevost's attack, but that's great defense, right over the ball.
Oh, he's dancing. It opened up for him in the end. Ngongo, can he get a second? He's got to keep going. What a moment. Allen's laying a block for him. Ngongo with a second.
Ngongo benefiting from a nice bit of wizardry from Prevost. Two of the names we mentioned at the start, two of the names stepping it up from this breakdown. Ball was contested, Prevost grabs it, and then off he goes, selling dummies for fun.
Well, Prevost has been very much the playmaker these last 2 weeks. You know, in the role of a Phil Mack early days, and recently retired Nathan Hirayama. I really think he could be the future of Canada's Sevens, to build a team around him like those two great players that you know so well, Rob.
Yeah, totally that. He's a real controller. As mentioned last game, how composed he is with ball in hand. That's what you want. People exude confidence and you play off them.
Pivot adds the conversions. So ball in play. Teal bounces one. Teal, a unique role for a sevens man, has two international props as parents, 15s props, and he's playing sevens. Joe Mora gets to ground. Breen looking. Again, the middle is where the hole is. Kieran Breen, the Victoria native, under the post, and it's all Canada at the moment.
Pretty impressive Canadian crowd now enjoying this, and it's becoming a bit of a procession, and the gaps, as you say, straight through the middle. Best place to attack, don't need to string the passes, just get the ball and go straight.
Spent some time in the Biarritz Espoir Academy, hopefully heading off to Carcassonne when COVID gets sorted out. But he's a very dangerous man, played under 20s for Canada. So they're giving the crowd what they want. It's an early 19 points, sorry, with less than a minute to play here. Kieran Breen lists that great Canadian club as Cowichan, one of his home clubs on Vancouver Island. Tap back.
Play on.
Mora gathers.
Just a high tackle.
High tackle.
Just a high tackle. That's it.
Well, a little bit scrappy, but the right result on the board at the moment. As Ngongo looking to step out of more tackles. There's the one-hander, and there's the local boy, Isherwood, from just down the road in Okotoks, Alberta. Fresh on the field, he can't believe his luck. Thomas Isherwood drafted into the side this week. And all the Canadians love it.
Well, how can you not love this? It's exactly what people want to be seeing. It's that commitment, that running through the contact. You watch American football a fair bit in North America, that's what you want to see. Players just grafting, grinding through. Hard work paid off, and supporting locks just in full flow.
The Leeds to Okotoks, well-worn route. The other great player from Okotoks, of course, Jeff Hassler, who served Canada Sevens and Ospreys for many years. Conversion to come, just barely getting it in at the time. It was Matt Brasilier. So high fives all around, because halftime is up. Canada are up 26 points to 0 over Mexico.
Got to be happy with that. This huddle, 26-0, albeit against a team that haven't fared too well on Canadian soil. In fact, this is the 26th loss on the road for Mexico. Could this be the 27th? You'd imagine so.
Yeah, we mentioned Canada beat Hong Kong in the opening game, so this would put them in the final 8, which is really what they want in their home events. 3 pools of 4 here in Edmonton, and total domination as the stats show there. Although Mexico did have that bit of possession, just not quite as dangerous enough with it.
That's what Henry Ford will be saying about. Just get the ball off them. We got it. It's the easy street. You don't have it, you've got to build up the running, build up the contacts, which is going to have an effect longer term in this tournament. You want to be as efficient as you can be against teams like Mexico.
Pablo Guerrero looking for something, really anything from his team. The defense has been an issue. They were at a 45% tackle completion rate last week, the Mexicans, and that's not going to keep them in World Series events. But lots to play for them. The RAN qualifiers, Rugby America's North. Important for them, looking for a place in the Rugby World Cup down in Cape Town. There is Matt Brasilier. Canada kicking off the second half here in Pool A action. Up 26 points to 0. Brasilier doesn't find the 10 meters, but it's played by the Mexican.
Yeah, fair game. If you play the ball, you don't get the benefit of it not going 10.
And there's big Matt Ouru in the Canadian
Mexico.
jersey.
Aki.
Man, also with connections to Calgary, just down the road here in Alberta.
Guys, let's
But
come in
originally
and set.
from Churchill's in Harare in Zimbabwe. Really a lot of excitement around him. Not so much excitement about the lifting pod because they've been skinned. Off goes Ansira, a really good run from him off the loose ball.
13,
Canada
red,
clearly offside midfield, advantage being played. Double quick drop passes. This is good work from Mexico. A lot more energy coming out of that halftime huddle. Falcon.
Roll red. Advantage is over.
You heard our referee, advantage over. Oh, big tackle. And that was our man, Madawuru, putting the shoulder in. Ansira looking for anything. Luc Martin, the 22-year-old, brought down. Credit the Canadians, and again, they're trying to steal the ball, the breakdown, and they've won the penalty. It's Breen over the ball.
Really good discipline, patient defense, waiting for that chance, seizing it, and now the men in red get to go.
Well, Henry Paul's teams, and there's Dishwood off and running again. He's backed himself. He's such an exciting player. You know, sometimes you just need to back yourself, and he's playing with a smile on his face. Hair blowing in the wind in his home Alberta. Dishwood, second try.
You just hope that the cameras are going to clock the slow motion whenever he is going for it. Running round, Canadian flags, loving it. And it's a power initially, and then the deftness. Off he goes, look at that. He's embracing the Canadian in him.
Well, we talked with Mike Friday about the Rugby Town Sevens. He went down there with a Canadian team and lit it up. Look at that. And really showed a few people south of the border what he was all about. And now he's doing it in a Canadian jersey.
It's pure elation in a picture, that, isn't it? Fantastic.
And sometimes when you pick a young group of players, that is what you get. They're just so happy to play for each other. As we said, these guys have been holding a bag in the secondary role for a long time. Great athleticism on the bobbled ball there from Joe Mora.
Backwards.
Vasily with a good pass out of the tackle.
Backwards.
Still loose. Revilla Bertrand has done it. And wrapped up immediately is Laraga Martinez.
Yeah, ball's there now. Leave it green.
Ball's there. It's been won by Canada at the ruck.
Stay here.
Vasily goes left, and there's Breen on his toes. Stopping, going. Does he have the pace to finish? Yes, he does. Well, I said he's a 15s player, a center, sorry, in the 15s game. Just stood him up and then took him wide.
And here we're seeing it, the stop that start initially, and goes round again, the secondary pace, glides round. Not a finger on him. That is silky from Breen.
Well, Canada scored 17 tries last weekend in Vancouver, but they're really enjoying this. Their second pool match here. The extras go over. Their problem last week was the USA, beaten twice by the Eagles. This team, as they're booking their place with a good performance here in the final 8, will want to go one further. Get past that quarterfinal stage. Gathered. Beltran lays it back. Again, Rob, the Mexican attack just a little bit too deep, which is allowing the Canadians to advance and take away the space.
Yeah, underpinned by their inability to really string these wide passes together. Everyone's static, you can see them having to reach for the ball. And it's difficult because they're not experienced playing at this level. So for them, success is measured on a different type of spectrum. They just want to try and get a score, if anything.
They have stretched them wide. Let's see what they find coming back. Mexico in the green jerseys, looking for their first score of the day. Raul Baron Garcia. Well, relentless tackling going in from the men in red. We do have a man down out of the play. It's Bill Dishwood. Is it going to happen? The hat trick. Well, he's been brought into the squad. He's playing at home, and he can't believe his luck.
Supporters enjoying it, and rightly so. Mexico defending with 6 men. The ball pops out. There's just a little bit of tiredness from the Mexicans, not able to get near any Canadian attack at the moment. And it's a lovely moment for Isherwood. Hat trick here in the home That is a pretty special thing to achieve that not many will do.
Well, even Jeff Hassler, I mentioned, from Okotoks, known for his hockey prior to maybe this weekend. Especially what keeps this pace up. They'll be talking all rugby down there.
And hopefully his hair as well, because that is remarkable.
Well, the first time we've ever been in Alberta. The 33rd city to ever host a HSBC World Series stop, and they're having some fun.
It's fair to say it's an eclectic crowd out there, but they're loving it.
That is the hometown Oilers on the left, the ice hockey team famously played for by Wayne Gretzky and Mark Messier and those greats. Go on, my son.
They're the old school wrestlers. Macho Man Randy Savage represented.
Wait for them to get all the way out.
Ooh. What was that?
That's my best, Randy.
Oh, yeah.
Good to see off the field, just taking extra precautions.
Got that gone.
So Canada 47 points on the board, just a minute and a half to play here. Facilier goes right. Mexico looking for anything, just want to take that goose egg off the board.
Roll.
Penalty against Canada for not rolling away. So you heard I got ball, and there is the crushing tackle from Ngongo. He's done it on both sides of the ball.
Roll now, 13.
Just needs to roll away a bit quicker. So Mexico's going to slow this one down. Maybe gain some territory, maybe get to a set piece.
Yeah, they'll just take the kick, say about trying to manage their reserves, and they've got another game left. But this has been all about Canada.
Yeah, and this will be their biggest win on home soil. 5 years in Vancouver and now 1 in Edmonton. So the youngsters may be making a statement to a few of the lads who just retired.
Totally, and you know, the guys that perhaps are wanting to come back in for Dubai, start the next season, they'll be watching this thinking, right, got to step it up.
Of course, we start the World Series all over again in Dubai.
Back.
Huge incentive for all these players. Oh, good work from the Mexicans. Ancira gets through. He's inside the 22.
Again.
And they're going to have a penalty.
Thumbs off. He's injured.
And time is off here. I think it's because of an injury, not because of a yellow.
Yeah. Time is off.
Maybe Ngongo's down.
Time is off. Yeah.
Beltran just and the troops. Well, a huge crowd of Canadians in town, Robin. We saw a bit of the action, the classics, some of the old rugby players out at Ellerslie Park having a great run around last night.
Yeah, it really defines what rugby's about, that community, alumni, all about the networks you can build around it. And look at these scenes, it's just ace. People have been desperate for this type of action last year and a half. And get it full ball, 2 weeks on the bounce in Canada.
Well, when we announced the event a couple of months ago, some people didn't know what Rugby Sevens was, and we tried to educate.
Yeah, so
and I think they got the message about costumes and about having fun off the field.
And you don't need to know too much about rugby. That's the best thing about it. You can come here and just enjoy the atmosphere.
Well, that's a sad sight for Canadian fans. Anton Ngongo is getting some help off the field. That's what's coming up. Spain and Chile.
We'll wait for 13. We'll wait for 13.
And then Kenya and USA, a rematch of the quarterfinal from last week. Both sides will be geared up for that. Hong Kong, Mexico. And then last week's gold medalist, South Africa, taking on Canada in the Super Session. And last time they played, Canada stole that one in the bronze medal match 2 years ago in Vancouver. We'll see what happens at the end of the Super Session today. The Hooter sounds. Mexico looking for anything. The chip through. It's a well-weighted kick. Can they get the bounce?
Yeah.
Not going to be
inside,
grounded in goal.
But time's expired, so full time.
You heard it there. Referee Lopez says time's expired. Issuance had a day to remember. And Canada's been totally dominant, 47 points.